Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm back covering the Walten files again. I got a good few videos to cover today, a lot of kind of shorter ones and then one of the longer ones. It's going to be one of the first holiday specials, so that'll be an interesting one to cover because those ones are usually kind of, weirdly they're kind of more the scary ones. I feel like they have kind of like more of like the scarier jump scares and more kind of good tension building and stuff. So yeah, so that'll be interesting ones to watch. But yeah, there's also like a lot of shorter ones as well just to get through before kind of the main big third installment of Bunny Farm. So yeah, might as well get straight into it. I've also got the timeline set up separately as well, so you know I can add things to that if there's anything that comes up. But for the first video that we'll be watching is probably one of the less serious ones, as you might be able to tell on screen. So it's got I think it's like a meme template saying, "Why don't you beautify some bitches?" I think this was like a meme that Martin made at some point, so let's watch. There's really not much to it, I don't think. And this is the song that I mentioned last time, Masquerade, which is like it's a song that's used in the series in Walten Files 3 Bunny Farm. So I'm assuming if this came out before, maybe this song was being used because it's like in development for it, so maybe this is like a teaser for the song that was going to be used. But yeah, it's a good song in itself, but I kind of like the a lot of the songs that Martin uses, he kind of changes the pitch and stuff to you know, kind of make it sound more creepy, but also I guess to get past copyright and stuff. And I feel like the way that he did it for Bunny Farm actually makes it a lot more interesting. Also, I forgot to set my timer again, so I'm going to do that now. It's good that I kind of recognise early on. It's not like I get half an hour into the video and suddenly realise, oh, I forgot to set my timer. I think it's because I had my my list up as well of different episodes. But anyway, let's keep watching. I don't think it actually changes, but you know, I'm going to be thorough. I'm going to be thorough and analyse this as much as I can. Everything is through, dear, but my love for you, dear, lives on. I don't know whether he did the edit for this as well, because it sounds like it's an edited version of the original song, obviously with like, you know, kind of dubstep put in the background. I don't know. There's not really much commentary I can give to this, is there? I mean, they're wearing trainers, sneakers, I guess, if you're American. I mean, unless there's like something to brighten up in the background, like I'm not sure. Yep. What more can I say? It's just a good song as well. And I mean, does that mean now that it's canon that they wore these sneakers? I don't think. I think most of these ones aren't canon. They're either teasers for the upcoming episodes, probably for Bunny Farm, or yeah, they're just kind of not canon memes. So I mean, even the Mysterious House, which we'll be covering later in this video, that one's technically not a canon upload, but it kind of has like things that could kind of, there's like little bits that could be taken into further episodes. And it's also just a really good video, that one. That it? Gonna get a jump scare at the end, or nope, nothing. So I'll just take a look at the description for that one as well, just to see if there was. Oh, it was an April Fool's, right? That makes more sense now. Yeah, so it was an April Fool's video. There we go. I mean, we're still in April technically when I'm recording this, so you know, a bit late for April Fool's though. So the next video is called Commercial. Again, I'm assuming that this is, you know, a kind of teaser to what's to come in the series, probably with Walten Files 3 Bunny Farm. And so it says in the description, fun, adventure and games. Oh right, so these are songs so composed by Sweet Tuesday. Thanks to Bravey and Sagan Hawks for providing voices. Again, Bravey, I believe, is the one who does Bond's voice. I think it might be Bond's and Boozy, or I don't know, I might be getting confused with some of them, but yeah, he either does Bond or Boozu's voice. I think it's probably Bond, because I think Bond's in this community. I mean, he's on the thumbnail, so I'm assuming. And then thank you for 10,000 subscribers. This is probably a thing for 10,000 subscribers. And yeah, fun, adventure and games. I'm assuming maybe because this is an ad, like a commercial, so I don't know. Anyway, so now let's go into this little commercial. Again, very short videos, but I imagine I'll be pausing through quite a bit, so... Oh, yep, there we go. already going frame by frame. Yeah, so this is we see actually a higher quality version of this in the Walten Files 3, but it's like, because we get like different kind of like flashes of a lot of different things at the start, and this is like an advert for Bond's Burgers, where it shows like all the opening times, the opening dates. It's a little bit hard to make out on this. Yeah, and then St. Juana's Forest as well, like, that's another one. We've seen that kind of another clip of St. Juana's Forest, and then yeah, bit hard to make out that. I mean, you can see it says June 28th, 1974. I mean, I thought it was June. I mean, hold on, let's just go back to our timeline for a second. Yeah, because I thought it was... Oh, no, it is June 28th. Yeah, so, yeah, it was June 20th. It was July 20th when it closed. That's what I was thinking. But, yeah, June 28th when it opened. So, we already knew that already. And then it gives the address for Bonds. But I think it would be better probably to analyse this in the actual episode, because, yeah, it shows it in the... like, you know, in high quality, not all, like, pixelated like it is here. And then... Well, I was just going to say, Bunny Smiles Games presents. The Bunny Smiles Games is like the games company, kind of like the side company for Bunny Smiles Incorporated for their games, and that's where the game Bunny Farm comes into it.
Bunny Smiles Games presents a revolutionary game in the arcade industry, perfect for every kid and adult alike. Today, Bunny Smiles Inc.
I love how it uses like real footage as well of arcade, like again, as I said last time, kind of like that kind of juxtaposition between like kind of animated, hand drawn, and like realistic and like actual footage. It's like a really good kind of juxtaposition on it, so yeah, it's great.
Game in the arcade industry, perfect for every kid and adult alike. Today, Bunny Smiles Inc. takes another step into the future with Bunny Farm.
A game by Bunny Smiles Games, 1982. So yes, 1982 is the main kind of dates that the next full episode takes place in. Also, I believe the date when Brian Stells goes missing, I believe. Hold on. Let's have a look. 19... Oh no, we haven't actually put that onto the timeline yet, so we actually don't have it, I think, confirmed. Although I think in Bunny Farm they actually say it was about like a week or a month earlier that Brian went missing, so we might be able to add that to the timeline later. But yeah, that's interesting that yeah, there isn't... I don't believe there is actually a date for when Brian Stells goes missing, which is yeah, that's interesting. Or actually no, I know why. It's probably because I reacted to the original version of Company Introductory Tape. I didn't put any of those dates on the timeline, so there probably is a date for Brian Stells' disappearance. It's just when I get back to rewatching the new version of Company Introductory Tape, I'll then add them to the timeline. That's why it wasn't on the timeline.
Inc. takes another step into the future with Bunny Farm. That's right.
And then yeah, you've got all the characters here. So we've already seen these kind of outside the barn. At the end, was it at the end of Lucky You? I think that yeah, you kind of saw them at the outside the barn, or it might have been at the end of Relocate Project. And then you've got like a hippo character here, and it might be very hard to tell what that is, but yeah, it's a horse character that we meet in the next one as well, outside the barn.
Play your favorite characters in a fun and exciting adventure.
Oh, there's a little cat. It's like Phoebe, and Phoebe's actually on the bed at the moment, probably sleeping. So that's cute. And then yeah, a load of pigs and stuff. So yeah, there's like loads of different like animal sprites and stuff.
That's right. Play your favorite characters in a fun...
I was just thinking, is that... Hold on. Going frame by frame. Oh, so it is a toilet there. I was just wondering about that. I'm just checking if there's like anything in the background. It's a bit creepy as well that the cows are just all like staring at the camera. Bit creepy. And then I guess that's like a sleeping dog there, I assume.
In a fun and exciting adventure. Solve puzzles, enjoy parties, and most importantly, have fun.
Yeah, so there's different like puzzles and stuff to do as well. We just go back. There we go. Yeah, so this is like a slide puzzle that you have to do at one point. With like, yeah, I think we've seen this image as well in Relocate Project with like all the kind of like Little Bond's neighborhood characters kind of like in the background. So yeah, there's a slide puzzle bit which you have to do for that to save a pig.
All puzzles, enjoy party.
I don't believe this bit's actually in Bunny Farm, this bit. But then again, it could be that there's like mini games that they didn't cover in that, which are actually in the game. I remember a lot of people saying as well that they wanted someone to actually make an actual Bunny Farm game that you could play. That would actually be really cool. And then actually have like clips from the actual YouTube upload in it as well. That'd be cool.
Parties, and most importantly, have fun.
Yeah, and then there's kind of like the main center stage. You can see, I mean, that's the door that we see in in Relocate Project when Rosemary gets, when she disappears, we see kind of like that door with for like the back rooms, like the back doors with the big Bond logo on, so that's probably what that is there, maybe.
Bunny Farms is the most futuristic arcade.
Bunny Farms? Oh, there's multiple, apparently.
Enjoy parties and most importantly, have fun. Bunny Farms is the most futuristic arcade game with state-of-the-art technology and features such as advanced graphics.
Whoa.
File saving system.
Oh my god.
Voice acting.
I can't believe it.
And much, much more.
Yeah, so I think when some other people have reacted to this as well, they've said about like how kind of ahead of its time. I think when Matt Pat reacted to it on a GT Live, like, how any of these kind of things existed at this time. I always kind of think of it as like it takes place in a different universe where like there were advancements in things ahead of our time in a way. So like the animatronics were probably more advanced than the animatronics we had in the 80s and the 70s, and I think that's kind of like the same with like the games and stuff. Same with the FNAF in a way. Like, a lot of those animatronics probably wouldn't have been as advanced as they would have been in our kind of like 1970s, 1980s. But yeah, I'll just go back through them again.
Arcade games with state-of-the-art technology and features such as advanced graphics.
Yeah, I think this is also like an older version of the menu screen as well than what's used. Again, enlarged pupils, very creepy. And it says there, Bunny Smiles Games. I mean, I'm assuming that's 1982 there, but whatever that says, I mean, we'll probably find that out again in the actual episode. But it would be interesting, like, with what other games were made. Like, for example, with the Night of the Living Robot, there was, that said Bunny Smiles Games. I believe that's a 2019, so that suggests that Bunny Smiles Games kept going. Then again, obviously not canon, but it suggests that there could be other games that were actually made before Bunny Farm, which would be interesting.
Ethics. File saving system.
Yeah, and I think with this as well, in the actual one, you can see like a lot of different references to. I mean, obviously there you can see Martin, so that's a reference. Just trying to see. Jan, I mean, I know we meet a character called, there we go, we've got Jenny, who's a character that we meet in, I believe she's Sophie's girlfriend, who spend a lot of time with her in the next episode, and a lot of different test ones, saves, BSI test, BSI test, I think, fuck. That's good. That's a nice little thing to add in there. For people like me who actually go frame by frame with this, is great.
System. Voice acting.
Yeah, and then voice acting. And then this is interesting because this doesn't actually come up in the actual episode either, but this has almost like a kind of I don't really know what kind of game. I mean, did Star Fox have something similar to this where it was like you'd have like the characters box and then like the text there, or Undertale possibly. I think did Undertale have something similar to this? So yeah, but I don't believe this actually comes up in the final game episode. But yeah, it's interesting that this is going to be like one of the original kind of gameplay, kind of like GUI. Is that what it's called? GUI or HUD, whatever. The interface that's on screen. That's basically what the original design for it would have been.
And much, much more. Bunny Farm is the ideal game for everyone, and soon a Bunny Farm machine could be your nearest arcade.
Again, I feel like it would be cool to actually have like an actual, if they were going to make it into an actual game, actually have it be an actual machine. Because I remember, I think it was the channel Andy Matronic, I think, who's kind of like another FNAF channel, who actually made their own fan game, but then they actually made it into an arcade machine as well. So yeah, it'd be cool if they could actually, if they were to do Bunny Farm, to actually do it as a a proper arcade machine, which would be awesome.
Bunny Farm, coming soon at local arcades in Brighton.
Yeah, and Brighton, which is Brighton, Michigan, where a lot of this takes place. And you can also see the legs of Show Bear up there as well from the... So this is probably the image that was again, I can't remember whether it was the end of Relocate Project or Lucky You. It might have been Relocate Project, where you saw this image of all of them and then Shobear at the top. So this is the same one. You can just see Shobear's legs again, which again just makes that really creepy that there's just these things in the background. And there is actually, I know in Bunny Farm, if you look in the background, there are some really creepy things that you'll notice. Like it's like in Relocate Project where I saw that thing like go past on the TV screen in the background. It's just noticing these things which I never noticed before. It makes it really, really unsettling, which, you know, it's great. I love it.
Come and play with us. It'll be lots of fun, lots of fun, lots of fun, lots of
Well, that's creepy.
fun, lots of fun, lots of fun.
And then there's Sophie.
Lots of fun, 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 lots of
Again, just the simplicity of just repeating something on a loop makes it creepy as well.
fun, lots
Oh, and now I have to fucking go frame by frame. Thank you, Martin. Yeah, I mean, it's a good way to hide stuff. So let's have a look. So here we go. So this, I believe, is... I mean, again, it would be hard to tell this without actually haven't watched the episode, but I can tell you now. So this is the Grey Bunny character that we've seen a bunch of times, mainly in Relocate Project as well. Who can just see there? There's Bon. There's Buzu. I believe there's like for each character they have their own different mini game, and so this is Buzu's one, which is like you've got to like spot the difference and stuff like that, and like matching and stuff. Then that I believe is Brian Stells. I think, yeah. There we go. There's a date. So that's October 2nd, 1982. So. Should I wait I think I should wait to the actual episode before we get this, because again, some things may be changed before the actual episode comes out, or before it came out. There might have been things that were put in this that might have actually been changed for the actual episode. So I'll wait for the actual thing, and for when I cover the Walten Files 1 again. But yeah, so that's saying October 2nd, 1982 for Brian Stell. So that just confirms it's 1982 then. Then this is like a birthday party. I think it's near the end they have these like kind of very pixelated kind of like it's weird. It's like these realistic looking images, but they look really pixelated. And that's one of them, like a party hall thing. Then there's Jack Walten, very creepy image again. A lot of these images of Jack Walten were actually just Martin Walls taking a picture of his own face and manipulating it, which yeah, really creepy. And then we got Bunny Smiles Games, Cyber Fun Tech with Billy. I believe there's like kind of like the loading screen for the game. Then we've got Bon again, Boozer again. This Brighton 27, which is the I believe it's the Walton's house, I believe, which we see again near the end of Bunny Farm. Which Brighton 27, I believe, is the address in Little Bon's neighborhood. I'll have to double check that, but because that would be interesting again, because if it's suggesting that Brighton 27 is the Waltons' household, that would then suggest if Little Bon's neighborhood's also Brighton 27, then the things that happen in Little Bon's neighborhood might pertain to the Walton family in a way. Like I was mentioning about how Little Bon almost seems to be like represented as Sophie, or like Sophie is represented as Little Bon. It could suggest like, you know, there's other links there as well, like, you know, like I guess the fact that Shah's there, maybe that's representing Rosemary or something like that. The fact that Banny isn't there suggests that, you know, maybe she's not part of the main family. I guess though Billy was there, and so that doesn't really link with Ashley in any way, but I don't know, I'm trying to theorize. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's the party hall again. The car, going to be very important. I won't reveal what that's for yet, but it's a very important bit for the next episode. Then Bon again. Yeah, this is going to be a thing where it might loop a lot, but I think they are actually going to hide some little bits in the background of it. And then, yeah, that's an even clearer image of Brian Stells there. So, yeah, showing the date even clearer. Then you've got Little Bon there and Shobear there as well. Shobear is actually quite a creepy character. They portray him quite creepily, which is fun. Because we all want our horror to be creepy. Let's have a look. Keep going. I will play back through this bit again just in case there's like any voiceover or anything that comes up. But hold on, I think I accidentally just pressed another button. There we go. Anything more? Right, I think that's all of them then, so I'll just go back to this bit. This is lots of fun.
I wonder what will happen.
Me too. There you go, Walten Files 3. Bunny Farm. Maybe this was the announcement for the title as well. Again, the music. I think this is all the stuff by Sweet Tuesday. They're just really good with the music and stuff. Yeah, and didn't it say this was for like 10,000 subscribers as well? So that's good. Anything else? Oh, there we go. So teaser. Interesting that it calls it teaser there, but commercial there. That's interesting. And then, yeah, commercial narrator, Sagan Hawks. And then Bon, yeah, that was Bravey. I thought that he did Buzu's voice as well, or is that someone else? I might be thinking of a different, like a similar but different name. I know there's one called Evan, but I thought he was Bravey. I don't know. Like I thought Bravey was his username. I don't know. Can't remember. And then Do You Want to Dance by Sweet Tuesday, originally composed by Bobby Freeman. So then stay tuned. Is there going to be something at the end? Really creepy.
I've been trying to contact you.
Yeah, so that said, I've been trying to contact you, which I believe was Jack Walton's voice, which is Martin Walls doing the voice of it. And I love how in the Mysterious House that we'll watch later, we will see Pumpkin Rabbit again, who we saw in Night of the Living Robot. And yeah, Martin, he does like a really good, like, deep voice, and it makes it really creepy, and I love it. It's just, yeah, it's just such a creepy, disturbing voice that he uses, both for Pumpkin Rabbit but also for Jack Walton as well. I mean, it's less kind of disturbing for Jack Walton, but still kind of a sort of creepy edge, which, yeah, I love. So back to the meme videos. So this was called spin.mp4. The description for it says The Return. This is super outdated. So yeah, again, just another kind of meme video, I think. Really fun. There is something interesting though on the first frame of this, and I believe this actually appears in like a frame in Bunny Farm. Might have been accidentally left in, but it seems to be this kind of, I don't know, this program or whatever. But it's interesting. It says like repeat while right arrow is pressed, repeat while left arrow is pressed, repeat while up arrow, down arrow, all that stuff, and the different ticks for different things. So I'm thinking with the game Bunny Farm that's actually in the episode Bunny Farm, that he, instead of actually, you know, making it, you know, animating it like it's a game, that he actually kind of created a functional game to be used, and just, like, you know, screen recorded it, which actually makes a lot more sense if you think about it. You know, actually, you know, if you want to make it look like an actual video game, you know, you make a video game, I guess. You know, obviously it doesn't have to be like completely functional, but like, yeah, so that's interesting. That's what I'm thinking this might be, is that it's either he's actually made a video game software, or maybe made like an auto kind of like animation thing. I don't know, because it says about frames there as well. So yeah, so that's quite interesting. And as I think there's like a screenshot of this in Bunny Farm that might have accidentally been left in. But yeah, it's just interesting to kind of see that side of it. Also that he was on Skype with someone as well, I guess. But anyway, let's watch spin.mp4. Which is a quite long video, so I'm hoping there's some interesting stuff in it. Oh, by the way, this video is instantly going to get copyright claimed, but all of mine do because of the outro, so there we go. Can I just say as well, they're both adorable. Oh, look at them squashed. They're like kind of squinched down. Like, as I say, I don't really know who's cuter, little Bon or like cartoon Martin. It's adorable. And by the way, I think this is meant to be like a cartoon version of Martin Walls. So yeah, very cute. Again, still got the oversized pupils, which are quite creepy when it stares right at you, but, you know, still I feel like he's adorable. I like how it's just good. I'm sorry, just the animation's quite funny, but also I'm just find it funny that it's literally going to be the entire song. I just like the little squanch. It's kind of like the Oompa Loompa dance in a way. So cute. There we go. Just spinning. I mean, hey, this is really lore relevant, this. I'm definitely not doing this just to have a good time. Because now we know that in the lore that Little Bon and Martin Walls existed in the same universe. I just like how simple animation it is, yet it's just so funny. Oh my god, hold on actually though. Hold on. Is it just me, or does this look like the shape of Shadow Man? Is Martin Wall's Shadow Man confirmed from spin.mp4? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it kind of looks like that very similar leg style in a way, so I don't know. Maybe just like inserts himself into the lore. I mean, kind of another interesting thing that I found was like with the name. I mean, I don't really know why I'm bringing this up in spin.mp4, but I guess I might as well bring it up at some point. But the name, the Walten files, like the name Walten, I think the idea of it was meant to be that it's a mix between Martin and Walls, like Wall from Walls and 10 from Martin, so I guess Walten. I'm guessing that's the reason why that name came about. I mean, it's a good name, to be fair, like, you know, it's a creative one, but yeah, anyway, back to spin.mp4. We're halfway through. Nearly. I imagine there is actually some lore in this somewhere that just pops up for a frame. I mean, I guess kind of one reveal of this is that they're showing the sprite for Little Bomb before Bunny Farm comes out. So I guess that's something, I guess, if it hadn't been revealed at the time. I want them to do the squats again because they're just so cute and funny. Yeah, there we go, little squat. Only thing that would have made this better if instead of Little Bon it was Billy, because Billy's the best. Also, if you think this is going too in-depth, wait till we get to, there's some uploads for the Showstoppers, which are essentially like, where they had like, it's almost like a record essentially that you listen to, and it's got like a load of songs. I think a lot of the ones that Sweet Tuesday have done, but there's bits of lore that you have to, I think definitely in the second one then, there's a website that comes up, findjackwalton.com, and there's some links within the video that you have to find. So I am going to be watching through the entire video. I could just skip through to certain points or kind of research where the certain bits of lore are, but no, I want to listen to the entire thing, and yeah, probably get my copyright claim, but yeah, and because also I feel like with some of the, especially if some of the songs were composed by Sweet Tuesday for the Walten Files specifically, I feel like some of them could have some form of lore relevance, you know, maybe in the lyrics or something like that. So maybe I could possibly like get the lyrics up alongside the video and, you know, see if that's got any lore relevance. But yeah, I'm going to be going in depth with this because I do that. It's probably one of my conditions that, as I've said in the past, like I kind of don't know if I have OCD. I feel like I've got something along that line, but yeah, I don't know. I just kind of like going in depth. It's like with I mentioned in the Minecraft video recently that I've been like going through some of the things for LEGO Dimensions like Ninjago and Chima, and it makes it feel more fulfilling and satisfying when you've been through every little thing and you see every little reference and you get every little thing frame by frame. So yeah, that's just kind of the way I like doing these things. So that's why we watch things like spin.mp4, which we're nearly through. Come on. Still going. It's just that the dance moves actually suit it really well in time with the music. Do the squat again. I want to see a little squat. I like I'm just like poking Martin with the stick, like, do the squat. Don't stare at me, Martin. Please. Oh, there we go. There's a little squat. And was that like a little money sound? I don't know. Okay, so there's just one more before the mysterious house, which is called Footage, which is a re-upload from the Walten Files archive. And luckily it's got a description which will really help get some context. So Footage is a deleted teaser that was on Martin Walls' channel. The video was 1 minute 23 seconds long and was created in September 16th 2020, which is very helpful for when I was making this list. That means I could actually get the right dates for it and everything to get it in the proper order. Though the date of its deletion is unknown. I'm assuming just because he deleted it at random time, I guess. The video was made as an early teaser for Bunny Farm, the Walten Files, and that's from the Walten Files wiki that says that. And so, yeah, so this is... I think the thing is, as I say, with a lot of these teasers and stuff, a lot of the stuff that's in the teasers might not necessarily be used in the final episode. So, yeah, it's almost kind of a lot of stuff we just like need to take it with a pinch of salt. But, I think that, again, still interesting to watch to kind of get context, but also to see the creative process that Martin went through. Anyway, it's kind of like with Virtual Towers Online, for example, where like I went through every update up to the current versions, and I find that interesting because it shows the creative process of the team working on it. So so now we're going to watch Footage. I don't know whether I've actually seen this one before because I don't think I recognize it, but let's see Footage. Turns out this is just commercial again, just re-uploaded. But then again, it got deleted, so I'm assuming. Yeah, here we go. So this is different. So this is some of the stuff from Bunny Farm, obviously, where it shows... Essentially, the idea of Bunny Farm is that it's Sophie playing on this arcade machine, playing Bunny Farm, and it's footage recorded on the arcade machine with her voiceover in the background. So I believe it has two of these kind of title cards showing the date. So October 15th, 1982. Again, I won't put this on the timeline yet because it shows in the actual video, and again, the date might get changed in the final video, so I don't want to put it on my timeline and then suddenly it doesn't get changed. Essentially, anything that's not 100% canon and might be shown at a later date as canon, I'll probably wait till it actually gets shown as canon rather than in these. But yeah, October 15th, 1982. At least it's not written as like the American date, because otherwise... I mean, technically it is here, but at least when it's actually written out, there's less confusion, I guess. But yeah, October 15th, 1982. And Brian Stell's death was 2nd of October. So this is maybe, yeah, a couple of weeks after. So, yeah, here we go. Oh, there we go. It just also showed the date of Bunny Smiles Games 1981 to 1982. Again, I'll put that in the timeline if it shows in the actual Bunny Farm episode. But yeah, so it means they couldn't have really made too many games then before Bunny Farm, unless if they started off in 1981 making Bunny Farm and then it took them a year to actually release it, I guess. Because normally, like, when companies do like from this date to this date, they normally do it up to the current date. So obviously the current date at this point would be 1982. And again, kind of like an older version of the menu screen. And then here, again, we've got this kind of party room that we saw before with this hippo character. And yeah, all the band and stuff. Again, very interesting that Boozoo's not in this kind of like normal costume. I believe it's because they have this like food festival or something, and I think so they're all kind of in like kind of farmer outfits as well. I mean, obviously Shah's in like kind of like a striped outfit as well. So yeah. And then here we go. So here's everyone outside the barn, all moving along. Big arrow Here's one. Just trying to see if there's anything in the background. I don't think so. There we go. And then there's some of the other rooms as well. We've got like a carousel. We've got like a target machine. I believe this is during Billy's minigame. Yeah. And and this is interesting as well. So that says 0502, which would be 2nd of May, which I believe is a very important date for the next one. Again, I'm not going to say exactly what, because otherwise it'll spoil it a little bit. But yeah, I believe that is a very significant date in the next one, especially at the end of the episode. And I think that's why it's quite interesting that in this scene, I remember the kind of the background fades out, but this rocket's left there. And interesting that it's a rocket, which is also very pertinent for the next episode as well. Things are kind of coming together now when I'm actually watching this. Yeah, that's quite interesting. This will make much more sense when I actually cover Bunny Farm. But yeah, this is part of Billy's minigame in it. This is the slide puzzle that we saw earlier. This is just showing like just clips from the Bunny Farm game. Is there anything up here that I missed? There is, I believe that's a scarecrow at the side, just there. And then we're going past a little cute black cat to Banny, the dumb bunny. And then we just saw as well. Hold on, there we go. So we just saw this come up as well when you go to their mini game. Kind of like a big kind of image of the character comes up. Then back into Billy's. Did that just flash up something? Yeah, it flashed up a little bit of Shah as well next to a windmill. And then we see this statue here. I believe it's the statue of one of the hippos. And then we've got Shah again with what looks like, it's weird because it's like you've got like kind of the anthropomorphic sheep and then an actual sheep there, it looks like. I believe this is in, I think it's in the hippo's house, possibly. Yeah, because the hippo's sleeping there. Interesting. I don't think these were actually in the original thing, but yeah, it looks like two kind of little kid hippos in a way. But I believe you have to like find a key or something, and you have to go through like each door and stuff like that. Seems like to show something on. Yeah, it shows us kind of like on a notice board again, I guess, like a hippo. It looks like there's little love hearts around it, not sure. Then this is one, yeah, this is one of the mini games that we don't see, I don't think. And then you've got Bond going through the hippo's house. Then this is in kind of like the back rooms of, you can just see kind of like Banny there, kind of the back rooms of one of the pizzerias. And then here you got Shah again on her kind of mini game screen, and with the grey rabbit kind of slowly coming into the background. And then there was a road as well there that we just saw. Again, might have something to do with the car that we saw. And then this, I believe this might be Banny, I think, in the background. Yeah, because you can just see a little bit of purple coming up. Oh, creepy sound. Kind of like the rising tone, very creepy. I believe, I mean, as we can see Shah here, I believe this is a scene where we see some of the background to Shah and Rosemary and stuff. Bunny Farm kind of like reiterates a lot of stuff to do with like the deaths of some of the characters. So it kind of goes over Susan Wooding's death, Rosemary's death, into, we assume, Charles, but it kind of goes into whoever's in Boozoo. Goes into their death and stuff, and so yeah, it kind of reiterates a lot of stuff, but also does bring in some new stuff as well. Oh, that was creepy. Something just flashed on the screen. Hold on, what was that? Oh, I think this bit is, I believe that's a bit where, I think it's a Bond jump scare where it kind of like flashes on screen for a bit. Might be on Susan Wooding's death, I think. Yeah, where he kind of flashes on screen. Ugh. Cool music. And then you have Walten Files 3, Bunny Farm. Why do I feel like a rap song's just gonna come up? Again, that kind of like repeating kind of record stuck tone. It's a very creepy kind of trope for these things. Oh, and here we go. Stay tuned. And this is, I believe, a teaser for The Mysterious House, which is what we will be watching next. I'll just double check my list to make sure, because I almost missed out footage. Yeah, Mysterious House will be the next one that we see. So yeah, this is a little teaser for that. So there we go. Oh, that was creepy. I'll just go back to that for a second. That music is just, it's really creepy. It almost sounds like kind of like reversed. But you see here, hold on, it keeps skipping to the next video. God damn it. I'll try and get it to not skip to the next video, but let's see. The thing is, it shows on like the last frames. I have to try and like get it up, but not go too far. You can kind of see it. You can kind of see it here. So you can see two little red characters, almost like two little red children. May become very appropriate for Bunny Farm when we get to it. Again, there's kind of like a lot of stuff where it's like it's teasing a lot of stuff that will then become relevant when we actually see Bunny Farm. But yeah, two red children. Keep that in mind. It'll become very important for that. So now we will move on to the Mysterious House, which is the first of the Halloween specials, which are, as I say, I feel like they're kind of the scary ones. You got the Mysterious House, which is the Halloween one, and then Boozoo's Ghost, which is a Christmas one. I feel like Mysterious House is the more kind of shockingly disturbing one, and the more kind of like very kind of jump scary, and then Boozoo's Ghost, it kind of builds up the tension really well over a longer period. So Boozoo's Ghost will probably be the next one. It's probably going to take up a full video because it's like 40 minutes. But yeah, it's that one, I feel like that one's the scary one because it builds up the tension more. With this one, it's a shorter one, it's only 13 minutes, but yeah, it kind of it has more kind of shockingly jump scary, a lot of very disturbing imagery as well, which is great obviously for the analog horror. And yeah, so we're in 42 minutes recording at the moment, so I think I should be able to do this. And I don't think there's as much kind of like to pause and analyze as well. There might be some little bits here and there, but yeah, so hopefully it shouldn't be as long. So I'll just go into the description. So this is just a small video I put together in 4 to 5 days. I think the fact that this took less than a week to make is kind of amazing that he managed to do this. Yeah, it's great. It's really nothing big, and I only made it because of the delay to episode 3. Yeah, and I think, to be honest, like, you know, with there has been a lot of delays in it, but I think it's because he wants to make it good. And I think, you know, especially with other stuff going on in his life in the background, like, I think, yeah, you know, just taking his time with it, I think it's made the series really great. And so, yeah, I think he should just keep taking his time with these videos, even if it does take a while. Like, as I say, I think he delayed episodes 5 and 6 to April or May, I can't remember. And it's like, yeah, you know, if he needs to do that to make them good, then yeah, he might as well do that. I want to clarify, this video is not canon to the Walten files. I think the same with Boozoo's Ghosts, and it does not have any relevance in the story in any way. It's just a video made for fun, and that's it. Happy Halloween. Kind of late, I know. Yeah, because it's November 1st. Then again, most of my Halloween stuff came up in December, so there we go. But yeah, I think even though it's not canon, there are certain, and I think possibly MatPap said this as well in one of the theories or whatever, that even though it's not canon, is that there could still be elements that are taken from these in future, and, you know, maybe kind of referenced in certain ways. So, you know, I always think it's kind of very good to watch, and again, just to kind of see the creative process. And also, they are just very good. They are some of the best stuff, I think, to be honest, and again, the scariest. So yeah, we are now going to go into the Mysterious House, which, if you watch Night of the Living Robot, has a lot of references to that, a lot of characters from Night of the Living Robot who kind of come up. So if you want to re-watch my playthrough of that and see me get jump scared by stuff, go and watch that. It's I hope it's entertaining enough. But yeah, now we're going to go into the Mysterious House. Let's go. And there's a jump scare from the off, I know. Not this bit, but there's like a pumpkin that comes up and jumps. So yeah, so MW Animation Studios, Martin Wall's Animation Studios. Which again, is that I mean, I know these episodes aren't canon, but if Martin Wall Studios gets used in the main series, does that mean that technically Martin Walls is a canon character in the Walten files then? Like, he makes an animation studio? I don't know. Yeah, because it's kind of like, or isn't it like Brightside Animations or something like that for Little Bond's Neighborhood? I can't remember, but or was it Bunny Smiles Animation Studio? I can't remember. But come on, I know the jump scares. There we go. Oh, that actually kind of got me still a little bit. Yeah, I feel like this intro already, it just kind of gets you into the kind of vibes of what you're gonna see in this episode. But yeah, let's see that again. I think it's just the fact that it kind of does that effect. It really makes it very jarring. So yeah, so Ducky and Tammy in the mysterious house. So Ducky, in the Night of the Living Robot, we see a character called Carved Duck, and that's basically the character of Ducky, essentially. Only much more cuter in this one. Well, cuter for a while, let's just say that. Again, some good music in this. And then, yeah, Martin... here we go. So I'm actually going to add this to the timeline. Even though it isn't canon, he's putting in a date, so I'm going to add it to the timeline, which is Martin Wall's Animation Studios 1979. So that gives us a date of when the mysterious house takes place. So even though it's not canon, I'm going to put it onto the timeline anyway, because I feel like they deserve to be canon. I feel like these deserve to be like almost like things that came out around the time of Bond's Burgers, but weren't actually, there wasn't a Ducky or Tammy animatronic or anything like that. So I'm going to put this onto the timeline. Right, so there's the mysterious house in 1979. So yes, the latest thing in the timeline, fortunately, which means I didn't have to move everything over. So yeah, as I say, technically not canon, but if he's going to put a date on it, I'm going to put it on the timeline. It clearly shows that he's wanting to put some effort in where this takes place. Obviously not giving it a very specific date, but it shows what kind of happens between the relocation project and then all the stuff in 1982 that's going to come in Bunny Farm. It shows that there were these things in between. Again, even if they're not canon, I don't care. They deserve to be canon. They're awesome. So anyway, let's get back to the scary, spooky pumpkin. Again, great music. Oh, again, it's just creepy. Oh, very unsettling. It's analog horror at its finest. And then just look at the moon. The eyes of the moon. It's already... We haven't even seen a bloody character yet, and you got that creepy thing. But very interesting with this is Brighton 27. Again, it's the house from Little Bond's Neighborhood, suggesting that we are technically still in Brighton at this point. Again, not canon, but if you're trying to link it in some way, you could say that this is the neighborhood is Brighton. And so whether that means Ducky and Tammy are two of the Waltons, I don't think so. I think it's just more that they are just two kids that live in Brighton as well. But yeah, very, very interesting that. But yeah, that does also confirm as well, Brighton 27, it is the Waltons' house. So yeah, so all the stuff in Little Bond's Neighborhood could pertain to the Walton family. So yeah, just very interesting to point that out. Also, I remember one of the kind of the rewards you get in or the rewards for either winning or failing was you had a normal pumpkin and you had a purple pumpkin. Don't know whether that's a reference as well.
You barely got any candy. Maybe it's because your costume looks cheap and basic.
Tammy, you deserve to die. I'm sorry. Tammy is just kind of the worst to Ducky in this.
What kind of food looks like that? You didn't even try.
At least I have a costume.
Yeah, leave Ducky alone.
You know I don't like dressing up for Halloween.
What do you call this? Is this just what you normally dress up as? Do you normally have a knife through your head and a yellow, I don't know, it looks kind of like the park ranger from Curious George. I don't know what his name was, but I only know the monkey's name was George. But yeah, it kind of looks like the park ranger from that, doesn't it?
Alright. Let's stop fighting. There's still plenty of time to get candy. We just gotta find
I want to turn this up, but I know it gets very loud near the end, so I'm probably going to have to be turning this up and down.
a good house.
Yeah, the night's not over yet.
The cut-off. Again, so many analog horror tropes, which I know probably a lot of people think, that's just... It becomes kind of too, cliche or whatever, but it's they are really effective. Just like, you know, cutting off mid-sentence and stuff like that just makes you feel really uneasy. And still the moon. Go away, moon. I don't like you. Creepy moon. Oh no, Johnny Bear. Not Johnny Bear being missing. So, October 31st, 1978. Again, I'm going to add this to the timeline because if this is kind of having a, I don't know, kind of like a parallel to the real world in the Walten files, it could be that kids may be going missing in Brighton, Michigan. So, yeah, on Halloween. So this would, I'm guessing that if this takes place in 1979, then, like, you know, the actual special takes place in 1979, then that means a year earlier Johnny Bear went missing again. Very creepy thing with the eyes, and you might notice a certain familiar hand there of a certain rabbit in the background. So yeah, so I will add this to the timeline, I think. Again, if we get kind of specific dates like this, I feel like there could be some importance for them in the future. Right, so here's Johnny Bear Goes Missing, October 31st, 1978, which again happens like a good few months after the relocation project as well. So again, if there is any kind of, you know, I don't know, any kind of lore relevance, like, you know, maybe if we ever find that kids go missing in the main series or whatever, because the thing is as well is, like, this is, I think, like, the kind of grand reopening and stuff happens in, like, 1982, and then the relocation project kind of ends in 1978, so it's like, there's kind of this long gap in between where we don't really know 100% what happens, and so, yeah, maybe, you know, maybe they could kind of be drawing from a FNAF of, like, a load more kids going missing or a load more kids being murdered or something like that. I don't know. It kind of has those parallels, which I think quite interesting. So anyway, back to the main video. I was just thinking, so I don't know whether just behind that tree, was there something behind it? Hold on. Is that something behind the tree? I don't know. It looks like, it doesn't look like a house or anything, so I'm not sure. Oh, wait, no, actually, no, this could be, I think there was a window on one of the top of the purple houses. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, there we go. Never mind. It's my paranoid brain. Right, so yeah, a bus stop in the middle of the woods. How weird. How quaint.
Wow, that was fun. We got a lot of candy.
Yeah, that was so cool, Tammy. However, I think it's getting a bit too late. We should go home.
Ducky is the voice of reason. It should.
Ducky, there's still so much houses we haven't visited yet.
I don't think I've ever been trick-or-treating. That's an interesting conversation to start to come up with. Yeah, I don't think I ever have. I've like, you know, done the trick-or-treating on the other side. Like, you know, I've kind of like given kids, like, you know, the candy and stuff. And what I used to do is, because obviously I have a lot of costumes and stuff, like a lot of masked costumes, is I used to like kind of stand outside the door, pretended to be like a mannequin in a way, and then when the kids come up, then I come to life. But then that had to stop because there was like once a group of kids who were like, oh, you know, they could probably tell that I was a mannequin. Then as soon as like I moved, then they kind of like pushed me back, and I think they tried to egg me as well. It's just like, it kind of just ruins the fun, doesn't it, when people are dicks? So yeah, yeah, so I don't do that anymore. And to be honest, normally now I'm like at Alton Towers on Halloween anyway, so I'm usually not here to do that then anyway. But yeah, I don't think I've ever actually been properly trick-or-treating. So interesting.
Don't tell me you're scared about trick-or-treating.
I'm not. I really don't feel scared, okay? Let's just visit a few more houses and then go home.
Alright. Oh, what about that one?
Tammy, you have the worst choice. You picked the one house that looks really decrepit and stops music. Again, does 32 have any significance? Again, if like the number 32 of like a house becomes significant again, could link. I don't know. Like, what I'm saying is maybe Martin Walls could change his mind about these being canon. Maybe not about them being canon, but like, again, they could reflect things that happen in the actual Brighton, Michigan. You know, again, if a load of kids go missing, it's at a person's house that's number 32. Maybe it could have some lore significance. I don't know, but Oh, there was like a bit of like a droning music in the background there again as well. Oh, creepy.
You want to go there? Oh, fine, but we're going home after that.
I don't think you'll go home, Ducky. Spoiler alert, Ducky doesn't go home.
Trick or treat.
Why, hello there.
Oh god, the AI voice. Like, it kind of worked with some of the other ones, but when it's an actual character, it makes it... But then again, I mean, Martin Walls did this within a week, so it's like... Yeah, to be fair, that does actually save a lot of time. And yeah, so in this one, there's kind of like a lot of different kind of Halloween versions of characters. And so this is, I believe it's... I think it's Witch Sheep or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, essentially it's like a Halloween version of Shah. So, you know, horns, witch's hat, a choker for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, so it's got Halloween versions like the pumpkin rabbit and stuff like that. So
Little children, are you looking for candy?
I think it's also a little bit disturbing that like the texture of the house is just kind of like this wallpaper on the outside. I don't know. Makes it kind of creepy.
Then come in.
Like compared to the rest of the houses, like being just like plain block colours, the fact that this one's got like a realistic kind of wallpaper texture on the outside again, yeah, it makes it a little bit creepier. Again, that kind of like juxtaposition.
Are you looking for candy? Then come in. We have candy for you too, silly bunnies.
Like, why would you go into the house to get it? Like, I mean, I guess they're meant to be kids, aren't they? So, you know, they just get distracted by sweets. Again, the music cutting off. I hate it. I hate it and love it at the same time. Like, it's really effective. Oh, it's like things in the background moving. I don't like it. I don't like how long these pauses are as well. Right, okay, let's analyze this. So yeah, again, they're kind of like the same pumpkin design as Night of the Living Robot. Let's see, we've got like a clown in the background there. I believe there is like kind of like a version of Billy in this. I mean, there is Wise Billy in Night of the Living Robot, but in this one, I believe he's still called Billy, but he has like kind of a different design. Again, you got the pumpkin there. I don't know whether I can make out what that is in the background. That could be Shadow Man, possibly, a reference to that. But what I did notice here again is 2 red children and a car. Again, kind of, you know, it has... Again, this is why this is kind of, you know, relevant, because it has Easter eggs to the next episode coming up. And I don't know whether the time on the clock... I mean, what would that be? That would be like... Maybe like 2:35, maybe? Like 2:35... Huh, that's interesting. So what, like 2:35 in the evening? Like I guess 2:35 in the morning? Must be, mustn't it? That's weird, isn't it? Yeah, that they'd be out that late. Like, yeah, no wonder they get taken. But yeah, so some very interesting Easter eggs there, especially that one. That very much pertains to Bunny Farm. Yeah. So and yeah, as I'm assuming that's meant to be Shadow Man. Can't make out what that is though. That's a little bit too hard to make out. Does Bryson go help? No, not really.
Wow, this house looks neat.
Thank you. I'm so glad you kids like it. Now, allow me to introduce my friend. This is Billy.
Yeah, Billy. So yeah, it's a Halloween version of Billy. Kind of reminds me a bit more like the original Pennywise from like the 1980s version of it. Was it 1980s? Was it 1990s? I don't know. But yeah, like kind of like the Tim Curry version of Pennywise, kind of like with the outfit and stuff, and a very, very creepy smile as well, almost like it doesn't look like face paint, Billy.
TVA.
Yes, TVA, which in the Night of the Living Robot was Rotten TV. You can kind of see some like stitch patchwork and stuff still there, so I don't know, maybe it's still like kind of like the Frankenstein looking thing. I think it's just meant to just be TVA in this though, which I don't know, is he part of the Time Variance Authority? People who are Marvel fans would get that. Oh, that was creepy. Also, another thing that I thought I'd point out as well is that the flooring on this, I haven't actually watched this, but I believe it's meant to be like the carpet pattern from The Shining and stuff. I can't remember whether Martin said at one point that like some of his inspiration was from The Shining, and so you know, that's kind of like a homage to that, I guess. Also, it's just like a very common kind of carpet pattern to use. It's a really cool one, to be honest. But yeah, that's, I believe, from The Shining, which I haven't watched and probably should watch as a scare seeker. There's a load of things that like I need to watch, like horror films and stuff like that.
And the pumpkin rabbit.
Yep, the pumpkin rabbit, and his voice is just, I might have to turn it up for his voice because it's like a deep, creepy voice, but also a bit quiet sometimes, I think. So. Oh, he's not going to speak. Okay.
Pleasure to meet all of you. But we're really just here to get some candy, you know?
Oh, little children.
Martin does such a good job with that voice because it makes it sound really creepy.
Oh, little children. We have plenty of candy for you.
Oh. And he takes a picture. Just Ducky's face. Yeah, I agree with you, Ducky. That's the right expression to have, especially after that voice.
Sorry about that. We like taking pictures of our guests every year. That way we'll never forget them.
I feel like I see the reason why Pumpkin Rabbit is a lot of people's favourite character, because he's a creep. But, you know, kind of like in the best way. Like, yeah, he's just so creepy. And like the design as well. I think the fact that he doesn't have like any, his eyes are just completely black, I think that makes it even more creepy. And just like the smile and stuff, which again, very similar to smile to what Jack Walten has. Again, don't know whether that has any relevance. I don't know. And the fact that Martin Walls does the voice for Jack Walten in the Walten Files 3 and stuff. Again, does it have any lore relevance? I don't know. Let's see. So yeah, these are all the different characters who gone missing. So since 1975 is when I guess we could put that on the timeline as like the first victim, 1975. I'll just look through all these because that means I might be able to put them all at the same time. I'm assuming they're all October 31st. So we'll just have a look. So this is like a little dog character, and again, still a lot of the same pictures as well, like Shadow Man, the car and the two red children, the clown. And then what looks to be, I don't know, is that like another dog? Like another different breed of dog? I don't know, or sheep? I don't know. And then yeah, you can kind of see like some of the different characters. So I think that one the witch sheep? I'm not sure. Was there a character behind the dog? No, there wasn't behind the dog. But yeah, you can see kind of like, yeah. Or is that Pumpkin Rabbit still? Probably might be, to be fair. Then is, you know, that one's the witch sheep. Yeah, you can see the collar there. It's still October 31st, so 1976, 1977. Oh, okay, that creeped me out. That I did not realise that noise was going to come on there. But then you see Johnny Bear in 1978. So I guess, I mean, I don't think I need to put them onto the timeline. I think Johnny Bear's probably the most important one. And then what I might do is I might put the first victim on. So the first victim was, how long ago? So that was 1975 for the first one. So I think I'll put that on as kind of like the first victim, and then Johnny Bear's the last victim, and of course maybe Tammy and Ducky might be. But yeah, I'll just put that on as like the first one, just to, again, might have some relevance. I don't know. Right, so I'll just put on Pumpkin Rabbit's first victim, October 31st, 1975, which interestingly, again, it's kind of like the last thing that we see in 1975 is canine storage being used, which means that, again, there's kind of this big gap between 1975 to 1978 where, like, let's say this, if I have why 4th of July matters on this, then I'm going to have all the stuff in the Mysterious House on this as well, because I think that's more important than why 4th of July matters. But yeah, so it's kind of interesting that it could almost be like in the background of all this after like the big incidents of 1974 happen, that there may be other victims in a way, like almost like maybe kids kind of going missing and stuff like that. Again, that's not really been kind of confirmed in the main series or kind of hinted at in the main series, but it's still something that could be, you know, really interesting to ponder at some point. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, I'll put these on the timeline. Hopefully I don't run out of space. Maybe I could, like, you know, I don't know, extend the canvas size or something to make it a little bit bigger. But anyway, back to the creepy video. Oh, really creepy. When the volume increases when you're not expecting it, really creepy. But yeah, also just the fact that it just cuts off on Johnny Bear there as well. Like, you can only just about see it. Yeah. Oh, I hate the silence.
Candy, but, yeah, it's getting very late. We should go home now.
Oh, really? Don't you think it's a bit dangerous for two kids like you to be wandering around the streets at this hour?
It's a bit strange that they came into your house, to be honest.
Yeah, but we
I have an idea.
Oh,
Why don't you two stay here for the night?
Are you sure? We still need to go home. You sure it's a good idea?
I think it's a great idea. Besides, it'll just be for one night.
he is so creepy and yet so effective.
Alright.
Again, just the moments of silence with no one on screen makes it very unsettling and unnerving. Oh, I was wondering what that was, but no, it's just the silhouette of the clock, I think. Yeah, I think just coming up. Which again, Banny, so again it kind of links into the main series and she's staring directly at me, god damn it, Banny. Which again kind of links to the Night of the Living Robot. I keep forgetting the name of it. Yeah, the Night of the Living Robot, because Banny is in that in like the Candy Maze bit. So yeah, you know, again, a lot of references to that original game, which then kind of come back in this. Maybe that's the reason why Martin wanted to make this as well, because like the characters like TVA and stuff like that don't really, and the Pumpkin Rabbit don't really get to come back. So I guess, you know, maybe this is the reason why he wanted to make it, to, you know, give those characters new life in a way. So there they are sleeping. God, so you got like, I think that's Pumpkin Rabbit up there, really creepy, and then like a hyper realistic sheep. Very creepy. Again, that kind of juxtaposition between the cartoon animated style and the hyper realistic. It's just so creepy. Just checking my stopwatch. Okay, we're just over an hour. Ducky's got up. It's the fact that like the film quality is like worse as well. Oh. I'm assuming a while later. So creepy. Right, and then, yeah, so there's the photos up on the wall and stuff. So yeah, so it's like back in the kind of living room area, I guess. So you can obviously see Johnny Bear there. Yeah, that's where the shit happens.
Ducky?
Oh, god damn it, Billy. Yeah, just again creepy, just like Billy in the darkness. You can see as well the design looks slightly different as well, because like one eye looks bigger than the other and stuff like that there. But yeah, really creepy. It's kind of like those liminal spaces, you know, people find them kind of creepy, where it's just like, it's kind of like an ordinary place, but when there's like not really many people there and kind of like the lights are dimmed and stuff like that, like it's like play areas and stuff like that. This kind of feels like that, only there's also a giant animatronic clown there. And the fact that now he's the hyper-realistic version as well, so creepy. Well, hyper-realistic as in, like, you know, the actual animatronic version, that's what I meant.
You scared me.
Me too. Oh my god, Okay, that just creeped me out. That genuinely terrified me. Oh my god. Again, it's so simple, but it's like, you look at it, it's like, oh my god, jump scare, like, yeah. That's Pumpkin Rabbit, but that, again, things that I didn't notice originally. Oh my god, again, so simple of a jump scare, yet so effective. Just, like, when you just briefly look at it, see it in the corner of your eye. So creepy.
How long have you been there?
I'd ask Pumpkin Rabbit the same fucking question. This is like one of those things where you feel like it would like kind of run at the camera. I think that does happen later this video, but yeah, at least I know when that's actually coming. Oh. Again, builds up the tension very. I feel like Buzu's Ghost builds up the tension more because it's kind of a longer video, but this one still builds up the tension very well. But then it kind of like bombards you with horror. And yeah, there's Billy in the background. Oh, this is where I'm gonna have to adjust the volume. Ah, so great, mate. And then, yeah, again, there's like kind of the shining floor pattern again. And interesting as well with the amount of doors and stuff. Reminds me of the K9 bunker facility in a way, with all like the different doors and the back doors and stuff. So, yeah, again, possible relation. Like, maybe like where, if this is where like the kids go missing, maybe the house is meant to be a representation of the storage bunker. Maybe there's actually more kids and stuff kind of trapped down there. I don't know. Like, maybe.
Ducky?
I mean, it is kind of in a forest. Like, we do see a forest, which means St. Juana's Forest. I don't know. Oh, and there's Shah in the background. Oh, again, and it's like the animatronic version. So creepy. I don't know whether that's like blood on her as well, whether that's just like the orange like design, like the different color scheme. I think that might be it. And then yeah, that's the same picture but with Ducky taken out of it. So they must have a photocopier, I guess. Oh, the fact that she's closer. Like, I know where the jump scares are going to be coming as well. It's just... Ah, this is where it gets bad. Because I know what's coming. And I will have to actually possibly adjust the volume. Go away, Shah. Because yeah, it gets very loud at the end. So rip headphone users. Which will be me in the editing phase. Oh, and there's Shah just in the background. Creeping.
Ducky, come on, dude. This isn't funny. Ducky?
It's just that I think to this point in the series is some of the most disturbing imagery that you see, because it's just, yeah, essentially, because like the worst thing is you don't even know what's happened to them, you just know that they like look mutilated, and the music in the background here. So creepy. And there's like a kind of like a jester character or something, but my god, just, and the fact they all look like they have like smiles cut in their face as well. Oh, it's just disturbing. The Fox character. I don't know what this song is as well. I'm assuming it's something that's like an actual song that's been kind of like edited and manipulated. But my god, it's just really, again, really disturbing, kind of most like graphic imagery. And then there's the actual pumpkin rider, which is pretty much like the kind of one that we see in Night of the Living Robot. But yeah.
What are you doing here?
And like kind of like they use the same animation styles with Billy, where they kind of like do more like a warp thing to make his mouth move. Really creepy.
What have you done?
And the realistic teeth as well. He's got like hyper realistic teeth as well. Oh.
What a naughty child wandering around the house. I will have to punish you for being such a misbehaved little bunny. Don't worry. You won't feel a thing. And you'll get to be with us. Wouldn't you like that?
Oh, it's so creepy. And then this is very similar to Billy as well. Oh, you can just like see the eyes coming in the background. So it'll be like where he takes off the mask.
Get away from me!
Yeah. This is where the jump scare's coming. Oh. Like, you don't even... It's the whole thing of not knowing what it is, like, and how mutilated it actually is. Like, oh, just look at that. Like, is the nose... Like, is like a skull or something? Like, is the nose missing? And again, the eyes. You know, again, this whole thing of, like, the enlarged pupils really creepy. And, like, I don't know, it almost looks like a burn victim in a way. And also, like, the kind of proportions of the face are off. Because it's, like, you know, the eyes are, like, there, essentially. And the mouth's like right down there, and oh, it's just disturbing. I know it's coming. Yeah, there you go. And that's the kind of thing where it kind of like jumps towards the camera. There's a worse one in Boozu's Ghost, I can tell you that right now. But yeah, this jump scare is kind of a mild one compared to that. But yeah, I hate things that run at the camera. Oh, sound design as well. So creepy. Please do something. Oh, and then there's Tammy. Dead. I mean, to be fair, I did say that I wanted her to die at the beginning, so, you know. But yeah. And again, it's the fact that you don't know what happens to them. Like, you don't know how they've been killed, you don't know how they've been mutilated. It's kind of the unknown that makes it even more disturbing. Is there going to be another jump scare? I don't know. Like, with the music and stuff, like, volume going up. I could see it happening.
Horrible boogeyman, I come in the middle of the night.
That's what she said.
That line's funny. I come in the middle of the night. Yeah, I saw someone on Reddit like clip that bit, and it's like it's quite funny. But yeah, little pumpkin fields.
Horrible boogeyman,
I come in the middle of the night. It's funny. Yeah, so written, drawn, animated by Martin Walls. Very, again, the fact that you did this in 4 to 5 days, really impressive. And it looks great. You know, that's the thing. It looks great for that. So yeah. And then let's see. So we got voice acting is Bravey/Sadie. Interesting that Ducky had two voices. Then that's interesting. Then Tammy Pinku Velvet. Pumpkin Rabbit Martin Walls, Witch Sheep was TTS, and then TVA was TTS voice as well, so that's AI voice. Which again, considering it took him 4 to 5 days to do this, less than a week, don't blame him for using them. And again, it wasn't a serious like special or anything, so yeah. And then yeah, I'm the Boogeyman by Todd Rowlands, and Sweets of Cairo by Dan W. Quinn. Dan W. Quinn. What am I talking about? And then Happy Halloween. Halloween in April. For me. Oh, hate when like the music does that. So anyway, yeah, so that's all the videos I'll be covering for today. So I'll just go back to the timeline just to go over what we've added today and what I've added. So the main kind of things, as I say, not really anything too like, you know, gritty or anything, because a lot of things from the teasers, they're probably going to be confirmed in the actual episodes, and the things for Mysterious House, I think they could have some relevance. It all depends if they go down a path of like if kids start going missing, like after the events of 1974, if there are more disappearances of like different kids, different people, then yeah, then I could see this becoming kind of like another kind of allegory for that in a way. So yeah, so the main things we kind of added are that kind of in this kind of gap between 1975 and 1978, there are multiple disappearances of kids. Again, whether that's actually going to happen in the series, I don't know. But then the one before Johnny Bear, oh no, yeah, because Johnny Bear is 1978. So yeah, by the end of 1978, Johnny Bear then disappears. And then again, there's kind of this big gap, I think, between them reopening Bond's Burgers, where I feel like a lot of these other disappearances could happen. And so yeah, I don't know, maybe I feel like maybe this could be made canon at some point. So I don't know, I think that could be cool. Anyway, so yeah, so that's everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed my very scared reaction to the Mysterious House, and yeah, next episode I'll be covering Buzu's Ghosts. I feel like kind of the scary one. It's kind of got less really jump scary stuff. It's got one jump scare, it's like something running towards the camera, which I hate, but which is a little bit more scary with that, but it's a lot of tension building, a lot of really, again, more disturbing imagery and stuff, but because it's like a 40-minute video, it's stretched out along that, which makes it really kind of excruciating. But so I'll be covering one full video on that, and that'll probably last me long enough. Fortunately, this video was much shorter than the last one, you know, where like I took a 17-minute video and managed to stretch it out over like 2 hours, with the obviously with the Lucky You secret tape as well. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, so that'll be the next Walten Files video. The next video on the channel, I think, will be Power Wash Simulator, I'm assuming. Again, just going over random stuff that's happened to me during the week. God, enough stuff's happened. Yeah, I'll probably put out another post on socials if you want to ask any questions, put any comments, and contribute to the video in a way, you know, give me some stuff to talk about. So yeah, I'll put them on social medias. I think what I'll do is I'll, because I put them onto my Instagram story, so what I'll do is I'll wait for the Instagram story to past the 24 hours, and then I'll record the next video. So that means I'd make sure that I get all the comments and stuff I can from that, but also gives people on other social medias a chance as well, and there'll be either the post on social media you can respond to, or there'll be the NGL link where you can do it anonymously as well. And so until Power Wash Simulator, I will see you next time. Bye.